The Coventry Blitz, a city devastated by war but united by its rebirth. But Coventry City Football Club, or the Bantams as they were known, languished in football's backwaters. Until 1967, that is. Chairman Derek Robbins and manager Jimmy Hill masterminded the Sky Blue Revolution. The team were propelled through the divisions. A record crowd of more than 51,000 saw them beat Wolves. They'd already clinched their first division place. The boom city of the 60s finally had a team to match its ambitions. But 29 unbroken seasons in the top flight have seen plenty of hairy moments. In 1977, Coventry City and Bristol City squared up for the final relegation decider. The kick-off was delayed, and news of Sunderland's defeat at Everton was flashed onto the scoreboard by Jimmy Hill. The two sides played out a tame draw.
It was crowd congestion. That was the reason the game was delayed. Nothing to do with the other scores elsewhere. Yeah, the kick-off was delayed, so they knew the important result elsewhere, and in the end, with Bristol City, they played out and were both safe.
In 1985, a great escape of Steve McQueen proportions. The Sky Blues needed to win their last three matches. The final one was against champions Everton on a humid last day of the season. They won 4-1, but Everton's performance was somewhat lethargic.
I think they've been away, I think they've been celebrating, and we were really up for the game. The fans were up for the game. I remember the atmosphere that day. And, I mean, we didn't just win, we annihilated them 4-1.
2 years later, Coventry City's finest hour, an FA Cup final win against Spurs after extra time.
And it's McGrath. Pickering's in the centre, Regis joining him. Oh, Mabbott! It's an own goal!
Their first major trophy in more than a century of football. Managers John Sillett and George Curtis enjoyed their victory jig.
People tend to think that we struggle every year, and we don't. I mean, we've probably had this struggle maybe, I've been here 12 years, this will probably be a fourth bad struggle. But, you know, it is hard. I mean, it does take it out of the players, the staff, the fans. You've only got to look at the Newcastle fans who are on top of the league, the way they're taking their results at the moment. I mean, the fans feel it terribly.
This year, I think it's slightly different because people have seen it in the past. We'll always be safe, we'll always get out of trouble. But this year, £13.5 million spent, what should be a good team, what should be a successful management team, yet they're still down there. And I think a few people think this could be the year where the luck runs out because everything is geared up for success, yet it's still wanting.
Ron Atkinson's chequebook has been in almost constant use. In just over a year, he spent an average of £1 million a month on new players.
I'm amazed we're in this position, but we are in it. I think if we got through it, and I'm pretty sure we will get through it, but if we got through it, I think we'd have a decent year next year.
Before that, the Sky Blues must survive and face Queen's Park Rangers in today's crucial relegation battle. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and defender Richard Shaw may wear a special mask to protect a cheekbone he fractured against Spurs. It's been the talk of the city all week, another relegation cliffhanger for a club well versed in escapology. The local evening paper has covered the ebbs and flows of their inconsistent season.
I think they've gloried in the fact that they've always been a smaller club, managing to battle against the more glamorous sides. It's been a siege mentality. Financially, it would be very bad, and I was talking to Richard Shaw, who should be playing today, and he was saying that this Easter weekend it was Liverpool on Saturday and Manchester United on Monday. Next season it could be Port Vale and Southend, and I thought that put it perfectly in perspective.
These days, Sillett and Curtis save their competitive instincts for the golf course. The banter, like their golf, is occasionally spot on.
It's winning, George. If they'd have painted the Titanic sky blue, it wouldn't have gone down. Me. So therefore, I know, but it's true. We've kept up there. We're always just at times getting those big nostrils above water, and I think they'll do it again. Some of the buys have been excellent, you know, and others have been a little inconsistent. It takes time for players to settle. You know, I couldn't argue with any of the players Big Ron's bought. I would say he's got a couple of gems there. In Wheeling, especially up front, you know, he's been producing the goods brilliantly.
You know, when you lose against Bolton and the lower teams, that's where your trouble starts. But if they buckle down, get out there and play hard and win against QPR, I think there's no problem in them staying up.
When you look at the performance Coventry gave against Liverpool, which was superb, they fought for every ball, they made life very, very difficult for Liverpool, and at times outplayed them. That's what they're capable of, but they've got to produce it more consistently.
So we're going to see that sky blue passion against Queen's Park Rangers?
I think you're going to get out there and you're going to find everyone there fighting their whatnots off.
Coventry, it seems, never get relegated until this year, perhaps.
Hopefully not. The problem all season, I think, has been defensive. They've given away too many goals. All runs teams in the past can score goals, and in Dublin and Whelan, they've got players that really can do that. And I think over the next 4 games, if they can put that defence, stay solid and have a good run over the next 4 games, I think they'll survive.
Well, Coventry, of course, could hardly have asked for a tougher Easter programme. Liverpool and Manchester United. Hear how things